Look, bro, I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm not gonna tell you, like, I'm not gonna give you some little sweet motivation. I'm not gonna give you some little, little sweet talk, little pep talk, bro. I'm not gonna try to motivate you, bro, because at the end of the day, you're okay with where you're at. Because if you weren't, you would make something change. You would make something happen, right? I used to be 260, 270 pounds. I kind of forget, but I could pull up the health records on my. I could literally pull up the records. I have pictures. Go look at my Instagram. I post it on there every day. Just go follow me. I'm gonna link it down below. But I used to be 260 pounds, 270 pounds, and I had so many things just build up. Bullying. I just felt like I was invisible. I grew up without a father figure, so I had no structure. I was raised by my mother. I was raised by a single mom, and she was always working. So I would just always eat fast food because she'd be too tired to come home, which I understand. I'm not blaming her, but I'm just giving you a little backstory. I was raised by a single mom. She was always tired. She was always working. Big credits to her, right? But now I just turned 21 now that I'm growing up into a young man. I don't understand how, like, you are upset with your shit. It's one thing if you don't care, but if you're upset with your situation, bro, and you keep lying to yourself, you keep telling yourself, I'm gonna start Monday. I'm gonna start Monday. You don't actually want it that bad, bro. And you could research all you want. You could, study all you want. You could watch as much fat loss videos as you want. You can watch as many ab routines as you want. You could watch as many of your fitness influencers workouts as you want, bro. But at the end of the day, if you don't want that shit bad enough, it's not gonna happen, bro. I lost 100 pounds in a single year. It was before the COVID year. It was like 2020. Damn, that was a long time ago. And like, I've kept it off, right? But around COVID year, when everyone was, getting worse and, getting fatter and, just playing video games all day, just being fucking like degenerates all day, I was sick of where I was at. I was in high school, I think so. I'm pretty sure. Middle school, high school. And I was just sick of feeling invisible. I was sick of feeling like so ashamed, bro. I was insecure, right? But I was a victim of my insecurities because I wasn't doing anything about it, right? So I would go about my day and I knew I was insecure and I knew I wanted to change. I knew I had it in me. I knew I had potential. I would look around and I'd see, like, just for example, bro, I'd see people, like, I'd see dudes, pulling the girls or getting all the attention, being the popular guys, being the popular, just the popular friend group, bro. And I always felt like an outcast. And comparing that shit today, it never ends. If, like, for example, bro, at my job, like, all my coworkers, like, this is not to be ego, like, for me having the ego or anything. It's just a real world example, bro, of I was right. I'm a truck driver, right? And I have a work outfit. It's long sleeve. I'm covered up in, like, some, heavy duty clothes, right? Because my job offers that. We have meetings every single weekend, right? Every Friday. I usually pull up with my, with my work clothes. But, there was this one time I pulled up, I was a little bit late, so I didn't have time to put on my shirt that morning. Oh shit, I was blocking it. I was blocking the light. But I pulled up a little bit late, so I didn't really have time to put on my work shirt, right? And I just came in like this slim fit, tight shirt, right? It wasn't super tight, but it was just slim fit, right? And it just showed my arms, it showed my bicep veins. You could just tell I lift, right? And I never show up to work like that. I don't like to show my body like that. I don't know why. I work so hard for it, but I still like to be discreet about it. I don't really like to, I feel like I'm boasting when I wear like a tight shirt if I'm not at the gym or if I'm just trying to show off. So I don't really like doing it, but it was just, I was in a rush, right? And I promise you, bro, I'm the youngest. I've always been the youngest worker. I've always been like the youngest at the job site. You could say I've always been the youngest at, the yard. among all my coworkers, bro, I've always been the youngest. Like, the closest one to me is like 26, and then the closest one after that is like 30 plus, 30, 40, 50. It's always been like that for me, right? And you know, they don't really, my coworkers don't like me, bro, but when they see that, like, I take care of myself, when they see that I'm like in a jacked physique, you know, I look jacked, I look like I take care of myself, I look like I lift, you know, I look like a respectable man, they're obviously gonna gravitate towards me, bro. My bad, I keep on, I'm in the gym parking lot, I just keep seeing people behind me, but they're obviously gonna gravitate towards me, right? And it's not like, it's just, that's just human nature, right? If you look good, people are gonna navigate, you know, they're just gonna gravitate towards you, bro, naturally, because it's just human nature, right? It's like when you see a nice looking girl, you know, a beautiful girl, you're gonna gravitate towards her, right? Different topic. I'm not saying I do that right now because I have a girlfriend, you know, but you get the point. But it just shows, bro, that no matter what stage of life you are in, being in shape really does matter, because people do judge you a lot based off of how you look. And when, bro, don't take this offensive, bro, but coming from a fat guy who used to be a fat guy, when I see another like a fat guy now, it's a little harder to take them serious. I'm not gonna lie. It's not me being fat phobic, but it's just like it really takes a lot of in me to, my bad, the camera just cut off. It really takes a lot in me to really believe that they are okay with being like that. They're lying to themselves every day. They're lying to themselves about, you know, their body. They feel comfortable in their body, bro. Because I refuse to believe that. So I kind of refuse. It's just hard for me to take fat people, like, the respect all the way there. Obviously, when you start talking to them, and you know, there's some really cool fat dudes, but bro, I hate when fat dudes make the excuses of just like, oh, like, yeah, or like, you know, like the fat, like, maybe you do this too, bro, where you're like, oh yeah, I haven't ate all day, like, you're with your friends, you're like, yeah, I haven't ate all day, so you don't like judge you when you're about to like smash that meal, knowing that you damn well ate all day and you're gonna eat more. Like, I hate when they do that shit, bro. Like, oh, I've been fast. Like, I have this, I'm thinking of someone right now in my head that's always like, oh yeah, I've been, like, every time they see me, they're like, yeah, I've been fasting, bro. I've been fasting for like a few days now. I'm trying to get in shape. Or I'm like, what the, like, I tell them, like, what the fuck, bro? That's not the right way. Like, that's not the right way. You're just gonna fall off the diet and, you know, start binge eating if you're fast. And that person I'm thinking is fucking fat, right? And forgive me, but I feel like I'm allowed to say it because I used to be a fucking fat ass, and I know the victim mentality that you have that's keeping you there, bro. You think, oh, it's because of my genetics, bro. I'm Hispanic. All my family is fat. No offense, I love them. But even when they saw me get in shape, bro, they were inspired to move. I literally got my mom, just from like some little simple tweaks I told her to do. I got my mom and my brother to lose weight, to get in shape. And they kind of, you know, fell off because they didn't really want it that bad. And that just goes to the point of, if you want to settle for less, bro, like, if you're okay with being, you know, in the middle, then you're never gonna get out, bro. You're like, no matter how much motivation you have, no matter how much, you know, motivational videos, David Goggins edits you watch on TikTok, how much, you know, gym edits you watch, bro, it's never gonna change until you have like that one-on-one with yourself in the mirror, that one-on-one, you know, in the morning when you wake up and you look down at your stomach and you just hate how you look. You wear extra clothes, you wear hoodies all summer long so no one sees you're fat, but we can still tell that you're fat, bro. And it's just like, until you actually want to change, you're not gonna move. Like I said, I lost 100 pounds in a year. I did not know anything I was doing. I kind of fell off track. I meant to say this, but I didn't know what I was doing, bro. It was literally this, you know, I kept on having these little moments of me getting bullied and me getting disrespected, and I hated that. I hated that, bro. I wanted to be respected as a man, right? I wanted to be, you know, growing up without a father figure, I grew up, you know, craving that, and I never had that. So I had to find it within myself, bro. That's why I'm so disciplined now. That's why, you know, what time is it? It's 7-8 p.m. after a 10-hour shift, bro. I do this. I don't remember the last time I skipped a workout, bro. It doesn't matter if I work a 14-hour shift, Doesn't matter if I work a 12-hour shift. If I told myself that I'm going to go to the gym, then I'm going to go. Even on my off days, I still go, bro, because I'm just, how I set up my days and how I structure my days, bro, I'm just on like a go mode, right? I don't stop. And I love it, bro. Just from growing up without a structure, without a, strong father figure, I decided to be the dream man of my dreams. The dream man that I desire to be, that's what I chase every single day. And that comes from a lack of structure, and it just comes from I just don't want to let myself fall, bro. I do not want to let myself fall back into any old temptations, any old, bad habits. And it's like a constant battle every single day, right? But you just get stronger. It doesn't really get easier, but you get stronger, right? And you enjoy the process. You start going to the gym, bro. You start looking better. Bro, every time I go to the gym, it's like that's my dopamine hit, right? Your dopamine hit is food. That's not fucking healthy, bro. When you're stressed out, when you're going through something, when you're sad, you turn to food to comfort you, bro. Like a little bitch, honestly. That's how I was. That's why I got so fucking fat, bro. I was dealing with my parents being divorced, fighting, and I had I didn't have any family, right? So I just turned to food, right? And I didn't know any better. I'm not beating myself up for it. I just didn't know any better. No. But now that you've seen this video, you have to change your comfort, bro. It's a Friday night. I had a long week at work. I'm dealing with all sorts of things. I just moved out. I'm learning how to become a man. I'm learning how to pay bills. I'm learning how to be a better man, a better boyfriend, a man of God. I'm learning how to balance all these things at once. And I used to have the mentality of that going to the gym and trying to eat healthy would stress me out more, bro. But no, in reality, that shit is the base of everything. That is the foundation of everything, bro. When I go into here at 8 p.m., it doesn't matter. 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Sometimes I stay here till 12 and I have to wake up at 4 the next day. It's just like I need to get it out of my system, bro. I need to get the bitch out of my system, and I go torture myself. I go find comfort in the gym. I go find comfort, in getting a pump and looking at myself, looking at the hard work, the 100 pounds lost, the whatever pounds of muscle I built, the veins, the abs, whatever, bro. I love looking at that because it's solid proof that I put in work and, it paid off, bro. It's solid proof. It's solid proof that everything that I do is working, okay? And it just builds this discipline that bleeds into the rest of your life, bro. I always say this analogy, bro. If you're fat, you're most likely broke. And it's like being fat correlates with being in debt, because when you're fat, you're in debt to your own body, right? If you think about it, like, let's say you're fat, right? And you keep on eating, and you don't want to take care of yourself. You keep on eating junk food. You don't hit the gym. You don't do cardio. It's like you're in debt and you're already digging yourself in a deeper hole, bro. It's like you maxed out your credit card and you go get another credit card because you maxed that one out and you have no money to pay that shit off. So you don't try to figure anything out because you're too lazy, and you literally just wallow and cry in your sadness, bro, and you just try to find the easy way out. But in reality, you're digging yourself in a deeper hole, and your mindset is like, oh, okay, I'll be okay. Let me just see how far I could stretch this. Like, I'll figure it out, like Monday. And you're gonna be $10,000 in debt, bro. It's the same shit. Being in debt and being fat is the same shit, bro. Because, like, hold on, I just got a brain fart. When you are in debt to your own body, you're just overeating, you're skipping workouts, like I said. You just don't give a fuck, bro. Monday. And when you compare that to money, like, let's say you have good habits with your money, you have good credit, you're gonna have a higher credit limit, right? You're gonna have probably money to pay your credit cards off, right? You're not relying on living off credit cards, right? You have a stable income, and like I said, you're gonna be able to pay it off month by month, and you probably have a high credit limit, right? And if you want to get approved for this, you could get approved for that. Doesn't matter, bro. You want to buy a $1 million house, you could buy it because your credit's that good, right? That's the same shit with your body. When you have having good credit with your body is the same as, having muscle on your frame, having a fast metabolism, having healthy habits, an active lifestyle, eating nothing but whole foods 90% of the time. And then when you want to enjoy yourself, once a week, twice a week, when you learn how to manipulate it, manipulate your body, manipulate the food that you eat, which is what I preach, bro, which is how I live. Go follow my Instagram. You can see that shit every day, bro. I eat out once a week minimum. I'm a fat kid at heart, right? But it doesn't affect me. And I still lose fat while I do it, bro. Just last week, I had like a 15 piece from Wingstop, right? With some fries, with some ranch. I love that. Like, I'm still a fat kid, bro. But I learned how to manipulate my body so I could I could get approved for the loan, right? No problem. I could pay that shit off because all the habits that I built, all the good credit, the muscle on my frame, the good habits that I fall back onto every day. On my shittiest day, bro, you know what cheers me up? Cracking open, a nice cold energy drink and going to the gym, playing some, my favorite music, The Weeknd, or some rap music, whatever, bro. That's what I fall back onto, right? I fall back onto tracking my calories and getting fucking shredded, bro. I fall back onto, getting in fucking shape, looking presentable, being a respectable man, and stop looking like a slob, bro. Literally be the best version of myself. That's what I fall back onto, right? And that's what you need to fall back. That's what you need to build your habits, your systems. And, literally look at the positive things in life and, just realize that it could be so much worse. And you have a body, you have everything that you need, bro. You don't need to research more. You have everything that you need to lose the fat already. I know to lose the weight. I know you have it in you. You know you have so much potential in you, bro. All it takes is for you to just decide that I'm fucking done with this. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if this person walks in on me when I'm trying to work out. I don't care if this person walks in on me when I'm doing an ab workout in my room. I don't care if this person sees the before pictures in my phone, because I'm so confident that my after pictures are gonna, be way better. They're gonna mog that shit, bro. They're gonna be like 10 times, like it's gonna be a viral TikTok, bro. That's how you have to think. And yeah, like, it's not gonna be perfect, right? You're gonna fuck up, but you're not gonna let yourself fall in a deeper hole. You're gonna be doing the best that you can to dig yourself out and then enjoy it. The whole point of getting in shape is to be able to enjoy your life, right? That's the whole point, right? You want to be more confident. You want to enjoy life, right? You want to be more confident to, I don't know, whatever it is, to get more girls, to be able to go out and, eat without worrying about looking down at your stomach the next day and feeling like a fat ass. Or as something as simple as, going to the swimming pool and, or I don't know what you desire, bro, but just lock in, bro. I promise you got it in you. Follow my Instagram. I'm posting there every single day. Post my routine every single day so you could start living like this, so you could start learning how to manipulate your body so you can enjoy it once you earn it. You have to earn the right. You have to build your credit with your body, right? And just like and subscribe if you want more content like this, so I know to keep posting stuff like this. Or just let me know what you want, bro. Just let me know.